Hola a todos, bienvenidos a Potluck Fot Talks. Y hoy estoy aquí con mi amigo Phil, el terrible Walter. How was that?
Ohayou gozaimasu. Watashi wa Phil-san. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
We should try doing episodes in Japanese. What do you think about that?
Hai. Sugoi desu.
Or in Basque. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, I don't know. What are we talking about today? What do you feel like? Have you cooked anything cool at home lately?
Yeah. Actually, I developed like a super nice home pizza technique.
Oh, yeah. I know you're proud of your home pizza. You've been really geeking out.
I have this huge cast iron pan, which is like, I don't know, 40 centimeters radio or something like that. Like a pizza size, like a large pizza size. I use it for everything. If I'm going to, warm up like a loaf of bread, I'll use that huge pan for that.
Cool.
And I realized this gets directly into the oven. So I make it really hot, and I put in the pan my pizza already, with the sauce and all the toppings and everything. And I put it on the oven just with the grill, with the broil function.
Only the grill?
Yeah, because the pan is so hot and the grill as well. First of all, it takes like 5 minutes to preheat everything and 5 minutes to bake. So it's the fastest home pizza I've ever seen in my life. And you get everything you want from a pizza. Like just this jaguar dots around and perfectly, like the cheese is dark brown, but not too dark, like everything on spot. Really nice.
That sounds really good. How much of your effort to make a good home pizza was fueled by me saying it was impossible to make a good home pizza?
Nah, not at all. No, it was more like seeing how much these uni ovens cost.
Oh, yeah.
I paid like 30 euros for this pan, and it's basically...
Hey, that sounds really good. I have to try that. That sounds really, really nice. I found a cool hack the other day that I thought was really good. I had a dinner at my place, and I was kind of doing like a sort of, cheese and antipasti sort of situation. And I was like, man, but I need something with it. So I bought one of those big pita breads, the big Turkish breads, like the döner breads, right?
Yeah.
That you normally cut in quarters and you use it for döner. So I left it whole and I sliced it like a chessboard, but not all the way down. And then I made a really intense garlic and herb butter and smeared it into all the cracks. And then I just put the whole loaf in the oven and baked it until it was crispy. And then just took it out and just put it on the table like that. And it was so fucking easy. And it was so insanely delicious.
Sounds super nice.
That I was like, man, I don't know why we don't do this more often.
So why don't we talk about big restaurant chains? Okay.
I kind of thought we were segueing into a home cooking episode, but yeah, restaurant chains. Let's do it.
Exactly the opposite.
Yes.
Like big evil corporates that control the world through food. That could be a topic.
Yeah. It is crazy what some of these chains, what kind of impact they've had. More of an impact than you think. And when people, when some people say like, oh, food is really political, and, some people don't quite understand what you're talking about, then maybe you realize, for example, that McDonald's is part of the reason why a certain type of potato is the most cultivated potato in the world. Have you heard about this?
No. But I'm not surprised at all. Not at all. I read once that McDonald's feeds 80 million people a day. Okay.
Yeah, that is insane.
So imagine, I've read many news that, I don't know, like they changed like a burger in Brazil and the whole poultry industry goes crazy because there is a demand shift, and that's crazy.
Yeah, it is insane. It is literally insane.
Have you seen the movie The Founder?
No, I haven't, but I heard it's really good.
Yeah, I think it's everybody, I think McDonald's, like in the imagination of people, is equivalent to Disney or something that, it's more like a childhood thing that you always saw everywhere, and then you grow up and you realize there's a lot behind it. I'm not
Yes.
specifically against McDonald's, to be honest. I don't think they're like an evil company, and I've seen actually people that work there are happy about it, and they're quite organized. In the last years, they also really care about, because they have the resources for it, that the nutrient content of the food is right, and the caloric content and these kind of things, as far as it's possible for a burger place. That said, I don't usually go to McDonald's. I go once every 4 years or something like that. But I think it's a super interesting business. And in this movie, they tell the story. Actually, the founder was not the McDonald's brothers. He actually fucked the McDonald's brothers and took the company from them. And also, one thing that is portrayed in the movie is that McDonald's is the largest landlord, brick and mortar owner in the world. All the restaurants they buy the property. So they have millions of square meters, enough to make an own country. It's crazy.
Yeah, easily. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, it's really, really crazy. It's but I agree with you. I mean, like, there's a lot of things about McDonald's that you could call evil, especially with, sustainability and all that sort of stuff. But, I remember, obviously, we all remember, working at McDonald's, especially when you're a teenager, being this like dead end job. And like, I mean, like, look at us, we started cooking at like the highest end. And like, I'm sure we at some point look down upon people who don't work at the highest end, And like, but like, honestly, I don't know. I don't go to McDonald's a lot either. But I was in there the other day, like a few months ago. And I was like, yeah, people are having fun. It's organized. It's clean, super clean. And I'm like, man, this is a really good job. You come in, you have your system, you make your stuff, you dump some fries, like you work down the orders. Fucking hell, you do a little bit of cleaning, you clock out, you go home. You definitely won't work 12 hours overtime, like, and I think that's really good,
Yeah, sure. And I know that people that have started in this kind of jobs, they really have standards regarding hygiene and a lot of things, because these places are really, really organized. That's why it's called organized restoration,
Yeah. Yeah. But like, we can talk about chain restaurants and like the differences. Like, for example, McDonald's in Japan is so different than like McDonald's somewhere else and that sort of stuff. But what I really think is cool is also like the chain restaurants that don't leave the United States, like Waffle House. Like, I wish we had a Waffle House here in Berlin, man.
Or what's the name of this? Shake Shack, man. I really would like to have one of those. Yeah.
For sure, Shake Shack. Shake Shack would kill the competition here. They would absolutely murder them.
Mm-hmm.
But like Waffle House, for example, this is like very kind of cool. Have you seen this show on, where is it? Eater, I think, where one of the guys, the main like chief editor, he goes to like these fast food places and works a 24-hour shift. Have you seen this?
No.
You have to watch it. It's so entertaining. So he goes to Katz Delicatessen in New York. He goes to work at Franklin Barbecue in Austin. He works 24 hours straight, and he goes to Waffle House, and he goes to Chick-fil-A and works 24 hours. And honestly, like, watching the Waffle House thing, like, of course, they've got their systems, they've got their this and that and blah, but everything's made fresh. And it looks wholesome. It looks really, really wholesome. Like fucking waffles, fried egg and bacon, and hash browns. I'd go there all the time.
Have you been to Katz Delicatessen?
I haven't, no.
Ah, man, it's amazing. But when I was there, my friends from New York told me, no, I never go there because it became too overpriced. I don't remember how much it was, but it was like, I don't know, like $20 for a sandwich. But it was really worth it, for sure.
I mean, you get a stack of pastrami, no? You get like a big stack.
Yeah. No, and actually, for me, the most interesting thing was the pickles more than the sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
And they had two kinds, like one, like the regular, pickles, like the super fermented cucumbers, and the other ones were kind of like lightly fermented, just like almost fresh. And I like those ones even better. Super nice.
Really nice. Yeah. Sounds delicious.
What are your thoughts on collaborations with chefs and McDonald's?
I think it's a marketing gag more than anything. I wish they would actually collaborate. I wish more of the chef would flow into the actual burger. I get that it needs to be systemized and stuff. It needs to be standardized, blah, blah, blah. But like, I feel like they should do something a little bit more stand out. And then I would also pay, €2-3 extra for a burger if I go and I eat like a, I don't know, like a Thomas Keller burger,
Wow. Yeah, that would be interesting.
I'd pay extra for the foie gras.
How would a Thomas Keller burger be?
What would it be?
With a donut.
It would be with a donut. Yeah. Or like, I mean, he loves chicken, no?
Or a bagel, and the burger is also like bagel shaped, like something really.
Yeah. He loves chicken, no? Roast chicken.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
What are his classics? Something caviar, creme fraiche, salmon, a raw salmon patty with creme fraiche and chives and caviar.
But these chefs that have collaborated with McDonald's have been strongly criticized. Like in Germany, Schubeck. I think in all the countries there is a chef that have collaborated with McDonald's. Here in Spain, you have Quique da Costa and Nani Garcia.
Oh, Quique did it, yeah?
Yeah, someone. No, actually, no. He didn't. I was there was a talk with him, and someone asks him, "What are your thoughts on chefs collaborating with McDonald's?" And he says, "Well, the only reason I didn't is because they didn't offer me enough money."
At least he's honest.
But I mean, like, imagine they tell you, like, let's do this for McDonald's. We pay you €2,000. And you're like, no, I won't do that for 2,000. Okay, 50,000. And then you say, okay, let's waive it goes higher. There's a point you will say yes.
100%.
100%.
Hey, I'm a money whore. Listen, hey, okay, before you start pointing your finger at me and criticize me, I've lived in poverty my entire fucking life, okay? I'll sell myself cheap and fast. Like it doesn't take much. Offer me €50,000, I'll make you as many fucking burgers as you want.
So if someone from the McDonald's staff is listening, we're open to talk.
I really need the money, please. Please. I'll clean the bathrooms.
So the one who actually collaborated with McDonald's is Nani Garcia. And there was another talk where he was talking at the university. And then there was question rounds, and one of the students stands up and starts like attacking him, like, yeah, and why are you collaborating with McDonald's, and why did you close your 3-star restaurant, and this and that and this and that. And dude, like, Danny Garcia really crushes the guy. He tells him like, well, first of all, I do whatever I want, and second, I will always stand by McDonald's. And he makes like a list of arguments. He says that when he started making his burger designs, he sent it to McDonald's and they would send it back and tell him that the calorie content was too high. And so like a lot of things about standards and about the way they work. And he says they're really professionals and blah, 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 blah. And then he starts like dissing the student back. And by the way, you're here because your parents are paying and this and that. And then the communication director from Danny stands up and she's like, oh, cut it out, stop it. It was really a moment. And everybody stand up in a standing ovation the way he responded to the other one. That was funny.
That's hilarious. The next day he finds like a bonus transaction from McDonald's, just like an extra 50,000. That's like a little...
No, but someone told me about the student that made the question and sent me some links. And this was a student that was like really dissing him really hard and in a way that you're not one to talk like that to an established chef, like he was saying like everything that he says is shit and it's a shame that this kind of people exist and he shouldn't be doing this and he shouldn't be doing that. And it's like, what kind of, communication are you trying to do,
It's insane. It's these like super privileged, entitled kids that think they've got it all figured out. Why? What have you done in your life?
Exactly.
Hey, get to that point. Get to that point where he is now. And then you make the decision that you don't collaborate
exactly
with McDonald's. Good for you, man. Like, hey, you don't have to. This is also the thing. You don't have to like what other people do. You don't. Did he hurt somebody? Did he harm somebody? No, he didn't. He's just living his fucking life, making a fuck ton of money. Making food.
Yeah, exactly.
Get on his fucking level.
And like he started like 25 years ago, not yesterday. Like Daniel Garcia is really like, like a player in the game.
He's legit. Didn't you tell me about his like delivery stuff, that it was like that he did like takeaway for a while, and that it was like absolutely crazy what he did?
No, he still does. He has this family of, talking about chain restaurants, he has this place. It's a dark kitchen in Madrid called La Familia Mediterránea, the Mediterranean family. And it's the best delivery I've had in my life. Like you go to the delivery app, and what is crazy about it is that you don't, so he has like, let's say 10 different restaurant concepts. So the sushi place, the healthy place, the burger place, the pizza place, the this and that, 10 different concepts all under one same order. So you get into La Familia Mediterránea and you say, I want a pizza, some sushi, a wok, a salad from 5 different concepts, and you get it all on the same order, right? And like from 5 different restaurants, because they're all cooked in the same dark kitchen. So you get it, and there was like a perfectly plated tartare. There was a perfectly delivered ice cream and delivery. It wasn't this cork cases to hold the temperature, and the ice was perfectly executed. Like creamy, no crystals, delicious, and yeah, like like once you do that, little fellow, you're allowed to say your opinion,
fellow, little friend. No, for sure. Do you have favorite chain restaurants? Like, do you have any ones that are your faves?
Not really. Because I don't usually go to chain restaurants. I would say I prefer Burger King than McDonald's. I would say it's better in my opinion.
100%.
What else? Like pizza wise, I don't like any of them. I think that these things are not pizzas; they're like gremlins.
Oh my God, there's one, sorry to interrupt you, but there's one like shitty chain takeaway pizza place, and they have one pizza.
Papa John's. That could be something.
No, not Papa John's. It's called Call a Pizza. It's the dumbest name ever. It's just called Call a Pizza. And they have one pizza that is just the bane of my existence. And even talking about it now, I feel like ordering it. And it's absolutely disgusting and ridiculous. But it's like, okay, so it's called the Gourmet Gangster. That's what the pizza is called.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Yeah. And it's got a cheesy stuffed crust. It's got like chicken breast.
Double shame.
Yeah. Chicken breast, nothing out of the ordinary there. Crispy bacon, but like actually crispy bacon. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Cheese and hollandaise sauce all over it.
Oh, that's interesting. Now we're talking. Okay. Go on.
And it's fucking nuts. Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's the most shameful experience to eat this pizza. I even feel like the delivery guy, when he delivers it, he just slowly shakes his head at me, you know? Even if I take the small size.
What about Wendy's? Do you like Wendy's? You have opinions about?
I haven't been to Wendy's ever.
Okay.
Never, ever.
In Venezuela, it used to be like a big thing at some point. I don't know why, but yeah. And that one I also prefer. I think it's better than McDonald's as well, in my opinion. In my memory, I don't know.
What do they do? Don't they do like milkshakes and stuff also?
Yeah, they have this famous frosty ice that are, and milkshakes, and the burgers are squared instead of round. That's kind of their distinctive things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, just the patties, not the bread and everything.
Ah, okay. Well, that's kind of lame. That's kind of lame. I thought it was going to be like a Japanese thing where they put everything into like molds to make it square.
I mean, I haven't been there in decades, literally.
I have one chain restaurant from the States that I have a love affair with. And I actually, whenever I see that restaurant, I kind of have to go. You don't see it so much. But when I was visiting the States, like when I was living in Mexico, and when I was in the Emirates and the Arabic countries, I would see it sometimes. And that's Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's.
We talked about this before.
Yes. And their fried chicken is so fucking nice. Hey, if somebody from Raising Cane's is listening, man, I went to one of your restaurants one time in Texas, and since then I've been hooked. Whatever you do with your MSG brine, you know, like it just works, man. Yeah. Really.
Well, talking about fried chicken and favorite places, there are two places that I have a special place in my heart because these are Venezuelan chains, and they're actually quite well. One of them is called Tropi Burger.
Okay, amazing name.
Yeah, and I think that they went bankrupt, they closed, but suddenly there was like a last survivor in the city, which was like everybody was like, "What?" I'm talking about 10 years later after it closed. It was like, there is a last Tropi Burger in city center in Caracas. That was pretty cool. And the other one is called Arturo's. They just do fried chicken, and it's amazing. Super nice fried chicken.
Arturo's. I feel like I've heard of that one before.
I think they're Canadians.
Oh.
Now that you say, I think they're Canadians, but in Venezuela they're quite big.
Oh, nice. Man, good fried chicken is amazing.
Yeah, their coleslaw salad, I think it's just genius. Like amazing. With yogurt. Or nice.
There's much more to say, but maybe we should do a second episode on chain restaurants. Like, for example, chain restaurants in Asia, you know?
Okay. So you just want to go shopping, right? That's
Yeah. I'm very tired, actually. This new job is killing me. I'm like, yesterday I came home and I sat down and I fell asleep sitting down. Then a friend of mine called me at like 7 o'clock and I was like, super fucked.
That's it for this week's episode of Potluck Food Talks. If you like what we're doing, make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok as Potluck Food Talks. The show airs every Monday.